LGD's turn to ban.
I should have seen that one coming.
OG's turn to ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MDL Playoffs action beginning right now. I'm LD. I'm joined here once again by Lumi and Merlini. The main event has begun. We had a great pre-show, very exciting, interesting. I asked Jack to break it down, but he was not ready to analyze. He was pubbing. What else? But now we have Dota. OG taking on LGD here. Winner bracket action, guys. Best of 3. Are you surprised at all to see LGD in this position?
No.
No. That's it.
Surprised to see EG not in the top 4.
Yeah, they lost the tiebreaker, I believe, yesterday. And then
strats for TI.
There was actually a 3-way tie for second place, but as it did not affect upper versus lower bracket, the teams did opt to just skip it, get some rest, get ready for the main event. So we are into the draft now. The banning has begun. We can talk a little bit about it. By the way, Eric, I think we are still not seeing the actual program feed. But
are we on camera?
I think we are, yeah.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay. That's news to me.
It's all right. Nothing. You didn't do anything too terrible under the pressure. This is the real test. But LGD are going to start it off, guys, very differently here. First overall pick, Kunkka. How about that?
How about it?
They're getting things, you know, they're getting prepped for TI here. They've got the aquatic theme nice and early. OG clearly did not get the memo from Gabe. They're going fire. They're going for the Fly Phoenix. They really love this Phoenix pick.
First phase Oracle ban's really weird.
Respecting the S4 ban, I guess. Oh, no, sorry, LGD ban. What am I talking about? Yeah, why did they ban out Oracle first phase?
I think the Oracle ban is. I mean, the hero has been doing well in China, but I don't know. I feel like this is.
But why would you first
an
ban
overreaction of it? Look, this tournament just doesn't make sense. We've seen Lich first picks.
There's a reason for everything, even if it's a misclick.
Okay.
That's still a reason, technically.
Who did the Lich first pick? Maybe we should ask somebody from that team.
DDC.
All right.
Team DDC. Excuse you.
I'm trying to look more into this Oracle first ban. Generally, like Dazzle, I think would be a position 5 ban that you would look for
against OG.
Yeah.
I mean, so where's Oracle been most effective? It's basically been with Death Prophet.
Yeah, they
I would say by
do it
far.
The most recent games that they played, but it's still pretty rare for them, and that was only because of the Bat Rider. If they picked Bat Rider in the first phase, then I would understand, but that is not the case.
Instead they go for the Void here, so it's not like they wanted, you know, a Darkseer or something, the other hero that Oracle can mix at in the laning stage.
Maybe it's because they didn't have, like, they weren't gonna first pick the Oracle themselves, and they were afraid that OG is gonna 1-2 it on the other way. But I don't know.
Yeah, but has OG really been wrong? Like, the big Oracle pairings are, like, mainly Death Prophet or anti-Bat Rider.
I mean, OG has been, I think, playing more heroes than any other team, so it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to pick Oracle for themselves.
I think Ben's right, though. They'd probably prefer Dazzle.
Sure.
That is interesting. I think it's more like LGD doesn't want to play against Oracle rather than, OG's likely to pick it, necessarily.
I'm more surprised by the overall Kunkka first pick. I feel like the hero has lost a lot of steam now that CM is not that common in the metagame anymore. His, like, you torn twice with that hero and he's just done early on. Like, he just doesn't have the biggest mana pool to sustain. His damage output is really weak as well, so you really rely on your other heroes to, like, even if you hit a torn, you need a lot more.
Outside of the boat, he really does not have damage.
Right, and then because he's playing as a 4 position, sometimes getting to the level 6 boat might take a while.
I don't know about that X Factor, though.
The X Factor.
The X Factor is that the sweet cosmetic, man. That's why we're seeing so much CK. So we can suck in all that light. Remember TI4 and all those Razor picks?
That cosmetic was a little much for me, I have to say.
The Razor one?
No, the CK shield.
Oh, the CK one.
Also, CK got dumpstered for the majority of the games we saw. So
You still have to show up for cosmetics. Doesn't matter if you win or lose.
it
At
just
least
makes
in
you
group
look
stage.
extra ridiculous, though. You know, have some dignity.
You think
Don't be
people care
don't be a
about that?
flamboyant fool. You know, you don't get to showcase your bling if you can't back it up. No,
What?
get that out. Get that garbage out of my Dota.
Then what do you say to those people who have like their pants like 3/4 of the way down?
I say I think you belong in like 1998, back when Jenkos were cool. Did you ever wear Jenkos, Ben?
Nope, I was not cool enough.
Did you have a chain? I have a feel. I
No.
kind of I can't envision
I
your
don't have a
parents.
shade.
I can't envision your parents approving of this type of.
I didn't hit my growth spurt until like 10th or 11th grade, so I was still like super tiny, so I couldn't like wear anything like that. 'cause
That's
they
a
didn't make-
really late growth
It
spurt.
was pretty late.
I was like 4'11" until I was in 10th grade, maybe 11th grade.
Man, you guys have really late growth spurt.
Yeah.
Do you guys like this drafting split they have? Focus on the faces.
No.
No.
Can we get some constructive criticism?
I mean,
just no.
I mean, honestly though, like,
It's just weird because I think we're so used to seeing all the portraits horizontally. It's quite disorienting to see them all
Shadow
vertical for the
Shaman.
picks.
This draft is unusual, to say the least. Shadow Shaman is not that common pairing versus Faces Void. It's pretty bad versus Tidehunter. It's not that great versus Phoenix, but it does push as a position 5. Although they could have picked Twin Head, which I think is much better. Maybe they just wanted to disable for the Phoenix. That seems risky, though.
the wards do not attack the egg, right? Just
I
making.
don't,
That would be super.
I think it
That would be
attacks
the
it.
ultimate,
Egg just
ultimate
dies.
egg counter.
Yeah.
I think it attacks it. It just doesn't do
Doesn't do
anything.
anything.
This
Yeah.
is cool. I really liked the portraits MDL put together for the player profiles. The weaponry. It was like a nice little theme they had going on there. OG looked extra badass.
For some reason, they all reminded me of like Beastmaster.
I'm a little. I'm kind of done with the crossed arms though. I think I've seen enough crossed arms to last.
What do you want them to be doing instead?
And literally anything else. Anything.
So not crossing arm.
Just
Just
not
standing.
arms across the chest, trying to look like a tough guy. We've had like 500 tournaments with that. Give me something new, Lumi.
I mean, I think the Summit family portrait stuff is good.
But I liked the props. The props were fantastic.
Suck up.
No, it.
You're not allowed to say anything positive around Ben.
I mean, if it was just another tournament that did it, let's say.
And be
like,
sure to check out Beyond the Summit too. No, actually, we don't have any Dota there today, so don't check it out. Tidehunter, though. The Tidehunter into the Void. We see it again. This time, though, there is no Necrophos yet, so that's good news for OG, I guess.
This really reminds me of how newbie or IG draft in that style where it's like, okay, we're gonna just chill for the first 15 minutes, and then once our Tidehunter has mech, we're gonna just move into Roche. You come teamfight us, we win the teamfight because we have Ravage mech. If you don't come teamfight us, we take Roche, and then we just have better late game. I just don't see how you have better late game than team like OG's draft.
You
It's-
get BKB.
but you can't get it by 15 minutes, right?
No.
So they're gonna just have the tempo when it comes to controlling Roshan.
You can poke and prod with the problem is they don't have good Roche fighters though.
Do you guys think they're going to contest Ana at all? Like
I would hope so.
They have a Shadow Shaman. Is that hero capable of roaming nowadays?
So.
Yeah.
I think you're not.
Fly did not roam on him very much.
No,
he just sat in the
secures
lane.
a safe lane. He's okay versus Tidehunter.
So then you need a strong mid, because it's basically just Punk coming there.
Yeah, I think a good pairing here is OD. You could pressure the Invoker on your own, and then you could Astro into like
Ooh.
Torrent.
The
That's old school.
the
Faces
old
Void Mirana.
school, Void Mirana combo.
No, this is mid Mirana, my baby. They played it I think 2 days ago.
Yep.
And we were wondering what build he went. So he went for the Aghanim Scepter first.
But he didn't go like. Did he go like shotgun, like full
Yeah,
nuke
so
damage?
when we're watching that game, we're like, okay, so the old school shotgun Mirana build just doesn't work. Like you commit too much money into that build, it just falls off very quickly when the BKBs come out.
Or the mass pipes.
Right. So we're saying that he needed to transition into like a physical damage build. Guess what his second item was? He built a Yule Scepter, which might be game specific, but he was like using to hit arrows. But I think this game he has Kunkka and like you said,
Is
voice
that just
setup.
was that just the team was being heavy kind of game where maybe
It was
had to do
versus
everything?
Ember and Meepo.
Right, he needed to use it defensively. So I think if he's probably going to go Axe first, but then hopefully he's going to transition to a regular build. Because Mirana actually, her stat gain is really nice. I think she has like over 3.2 agility gain per level.
The Leap has gotten a lot of buffs over the
Yep.
past year or two.
Reserve time.
That leap buff actually helps a lot versus the Phoenix Egg. I don't know if you actually want to save leap to kill the Phoenix Egg, but
They're like not great at killing it right now though. They'll need that one more hero.
Deafening Blast though. Deafening Blast, Sigil.
Oh,
OG
Acceptor kills
Easy.
fast, dude. Let's go.
all right. So it's a what's with the gyro? He's good against Tidehunter lane, right? With the Rocket Rush.
So versatile. I think it's just more team fight. There's not that many position ones that can dump a lot into Faces Void Chronosphere, I think.
I think he's particularly good at Tusk, because Tusk likes to like roll into you with shards and
And
stuff.
you just set up
And
the ult on top of it.
You just like stand there and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, he's very good with Shackle, but then Tidehunter could remove the Shackle with Kraken Shell, so I don't know. Is this supposedly the Faces Void counter? Does it even counter Faces Void?
The
Bloodright
Blood
makes
Seeker?
it very difficult for
Yeah.
Faces Void. I will say that. I've seen that match up a decent amount, and Faces Void's always complain about Bloodright. It's such a large AoE, and Faces Void does not have the greatest mobility.
I think nowadays I generally prefer gyro picks if like they're not counting on him too much to carry. You know, like you don't want him as like a 4 protect 1 hero for sure.
How about that missile into arrow synergy?
Oh, endless chain stun.
All right, how about X into Arrow? That's probably a slightly better.
How about X into Hex into arrow into missile into X into Hex into arrow into missile.
Into 4 missiles.
Add infinite.
do 4 missiles?
Yeah.
Where would you, Ben? We're still making the ranking of level 25 talents, right? Where
Okay,
would you
gyro.
put level 25 Mirana with the leap?
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's probably like top 15.
That's like AOE
AoE
Bloodstone.
Moonshards.
or not.
Okay, we're talking about all the top
Did you say
stuff.
Bloodstone?
AoE Bloodstone.
Bloodstone gives you 0.
My brain is just not
Okay,
turned on.
let's. We've talked a lot about the good talents, guys. We got to talk about the dumpster bracket.
Dumpster 25s?
Absolute bottom of the
I don't
barrel.
even know.
Moonduck tier.
How bad is
Level 25
How bad is the
talents.
Mirana triple arrow? Is that?
Oh, that's pretty bad. It's not. It's not.
I don't think it's
awful.
dumpster tier, but it's
It mind games your opponent
and your own team
and your own team.
and yourself.
You don't really need to aim. You can like almost click backwards and still hit them.
Sure. I don't know. Whenever I get that talent, I just feel like an anime character. It's like I gotta hit 3 people at the same time. Even if I hit 2 out of 3, I just feel like that wasn't good enough.
This game is definitely attack speed. Oh, actually, he does have a lot of setup. Imagine if he hits the
I hope he
perfect
gets
chrono and then he like blinks to the right position and hits all 3 people with arrow. Wow.
If they make it such so all 3 arrows could hit the same target, right? If you leap on top of them, now that would make that talent good.
Would it? I don't think so.
That's a lot of burst damage.
How often are you hitting that hard? Well, okay. Compare this to like Shadow Shaman's Ether Shock. It's plus 350 Ether Shock.
That is a good level
You
25
can clear
talent.
entire creep waves, but it's still not amazing.
Oh, it's amazing for
I mean, it's
split push.
pretty good,
Excellent.
but it's not game winning like Aphotic Shield.
You know, like level 25 Rasa, his playstyle is just like sit in the trees and then split push you, right? A lot of times. With blink daggers and force staffs. That's super good for that.
They actually don't have good ways to kill the Mass Serpent Wards.
Forge Spirits?
Yeah, Force Spears, Alacrity, I suppose, but
Not great.
nothing overwhelmingly good.
Just roll past it. It's fine. Run past it.
Into Chrono.
How about Gyro's talents? Plus 4 flat cannon attacks, 3 homing missile charges.
I usually see the 3 homing missiles. The thing's
Really?
really good.
That spell is so annoying.
Yeah, because like 25 people don't have great BKBs, and you just chain cast them, and it just annoys. Like your uptime on damage is so low.
Just
that
mass
thing's on you.
force staff on them and then.
No. You don't need them. That's the thing.
Just, I want to see like an all-in, just triple, quadruple 4-staff rush, just to insta perma.
I mean, force staff is a good item, so
Yeah.
it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, you're up against the clockwork. You pick the gyro, so when someone gets hooked, they just drop down that big rocket barrage, and then you need those 4 staffs anyway for the cog. So why not just? Why not go all in on the homie missile plays?
LD breaking Dota.
He's already a level 1 homing missile. That's how good it is.
Why is there a fly in here? Holy shit, that's annoying.
I've heard too many fly jokes.
I mean, it is OG versus LGD after all, Lumi. Clearly, we're biased for the green dream in here.
So what's up, guys?
It's hot.
It is really hot.
What happened to the AC?
This week it's been like, I think it's peaked at like 107 Fahrenheit, which for those of you who don't speak Fahrenheit is really freaking hot. Like, sweaty, nasty, stinky, flies everywhere hot. But it cools off, you know, at least we're casting overnight, so.
This reminds
It's
me
better.
of when Jack was in his iDota 20 hours a day phase where he didn't shower for a couple of days.
No, 107 is more than 35. A nuke C.
Time to Google.
It's like 42.
What?
41.6.
Thank you.
I want to see your Google skills. Do it, Lumi.
107 is 2C. There you go.
You're gonna say in.
You can just not type is.
Whatever.
That's inefficient, Louis.
That is inefficient, Lumi. I rate you a
Actually,
triple arrow.
I rate you a 3 plus, a 3 plus 2 plus 2 out of 10.
all right. Since we have nothing to talk about, Ben, let's talk about how many categories, like how many tiers do we have for level 25 talent? Because you know,
As many as Suns fan had for his
Shannon
ads.
has like 10
Yeah.
for his.
You can have 10 tiers.
How
I
would
think
we
there's
rate
even
it?
more than the Ags because there's 2 talent.
Right. So how would you rate it? Like, would you rate each? Would you rate? Would you rank by hero or would you
by
rank
talent.
by talent? So
By
you have
talent.
2 slots for
Yeah, you have
each.
2 slots.
That's a lot of ranking, dude. Oh my god, this fly is actually going in.
It seems to be gravitating towards you, Lumi. I'm just saying. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means, but it seems to be attracted to you.
I
Who
attract
isn't?
flies.
Get in line already, Mr. Fly. Void's talents are quite good.
They're decent. They're not
Aren't
amazing.
isn't that kind of ranking like super useless though? So
What do
for
you mean?
example, right? Look at Kunkka.
Okay.
Kunkka's talent normally the plus 200 AOE is very good, and you normally just take that.
Yeah.
But then there are some games where magic resist is king, right?
Where
Remember
everyone-
against OG's lineup yesterday where they
The
had like
quadruple pipe strat.
yeah the
that never
Veno
materialized.
and
Veno AA,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. So like how would you rank that to begin with?
Well, you have to just rank it like how often are you gonna be in that situation? You know, if you're in that situation 0.1% of the time, it doesn't matter how good it is in that fringe case.
Yeah.
The point is, it's a fringe case.
All right, LDs are honorary third member
Of what?
of our
Of our talent judging
25
contest.
ranking talent.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the real talent
So
show.
is this where we like? Is this where we just start going through the trees one by one?
Well, we can just
I mean,
do
we
the
have
ones for
nothing to
this
do right
game.
now. Yeah.
Okay. So who's number 1? Best. And are we doing it just on level 25 talents?
Yeah,
the
level
whole,
25.
The whole talent tree. Okay.
I think level 25 is like
Keep
more
it simple.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So we want to start. Oh,
No, just kidding.
all right. If we have a longer pause, we'll go through it.
Yeah.
Maybe leap attack speed. Or
You think it's the best one?
leap attack speed is really good. Oh, actually, they did nerf the leap duration.
Some would
Remember-
say it's as good as an AoE plus though.
5 seconds is still a lot, though.
But it used
That's
to
like
be,
the whole
It
Chronos.
used to be like 10.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't buff the talent.
That's like over 50% uptime. So
All right, so I actually think the best one is
It's not over 50% uptime. Not anymore.
well, no, it was. I'm saying.
Yeah, it was, but they didn't buff the talent to compensate for the... Because
The
they
nerf.
buffed the attack speed on the actual skill, but they didn't actually buff the talent. You arrow those range creeps, maybe.
that's the way to play the lane.
Oh, making their move here. S4 could be in danger, but that homie missile cracks in. All of a sudden, low, almost dead, even through the fairy fire. They'll get the kill. The power of the homie missile. Don't sleep on it.
Well, he waited a very long time to use this spell. Tusk.
That's before they get the rocket barrage. This Tide is going to have problems if he starts falling behind here.
He needs to get to level 2 because once he has level 2, it makes Shackle a pretty ineffective way to disable him. But until he gets there, it
Really?
is.
The damage total is still really high.
Well, then he pops it off, right?
Yeah, but
600.
like the homie missile, rocket barrage, torrent combo. That's a lot.
Yeah, but they have 3 ways to stop him. Easy, 3 stuns.
Don't be a noob and stack them.
Ideally, no.
So how about these other lanes? We've got 11 in the off lane is the Void. Generally not fun laning against the Bloodseekers getting help. But so far it's doing okay. Mid lane, Ana. Good news for him, he isn't a proper 1v1. Bad news for him is so far maybe is doing pretty well here. 11 and 4 already.
Now that he's level... Oh, he went level 2 quads. Needs that regen. He's actually getting harassed a lot by maybe.
Maybe he's going uphill. He's getting aggressive. He's got that high ground ward. Has the arrow. Oh, Ana playing dangerously here with the cat lady. Arrow comes in. See you later. Forward Spirit has to salve up now.
On the previous wave, maybe was able to double up the wave by shooting the range creep down. So, like under the tower, he was able to get a ton of pot shots at Ana. It almost feels like you have to be able to pressure the Invoker this hard as a Mirana, because
you're not going to get help, I guess.
Yeah.
With this gyrocopter.
I guess like the Rasa could come.
He's so slow. They're going to try to set up here, though. Homing missile coming in. Rocket barrage. And now the missile connects after that Kraken. Down he goes. Easy pick. And an emphatic fly takedown from Lumi here.
No, not yet.
Blatant LGD fanboy rearing its ugly head.
The gank missed. Fly was too fast.
Got to be ready with that dust, Lumi.
Reminds me of Charlie's tweet. He's like,
Oh, now it's coming after me. Oh, no. What did you do to it? Cast your voodoo magic on it.
I inserted dominance, so he was like, I'm out of here, dude.
It's on my screen. I'm trying to ops here. Yeah, 2-0 the score. LGD off to a hot start. This was the old, like, Tidehunter counter, was the gyro safe lane. Back when he was, you know, like, what, C-Deck Arrow and Aggressive was running him every game.
well, now it makes more actual sense why they ban out the Oracle, because they drafted a lineup that's like very disable heavy. Like long duration arrow, chronospheres, Oracle is very, very good versus that. And I think the only other heroes that can do that is Tidehunter, which is not that great because he can't save other people. LC, who hasn't been picked that much by OG, and Abba, who's kind of fallen out of favor.
Here we go again. S4. Gonna be a sad, sad watermelon as that homing missile comes in. Get ready for the bonk. And he will live, but he is still sad.
Not even 5 minutes yet.
Walk
Can't
of shame back to the
shrine.
base.
Yeah, this is a very rough game for him. And he needs to be tanky too.
Alright, X-Tor mid lane. Easy arrow.
Nice setup, and now jumping in, maybe gets the double star storm and grabs the kill. Effective roaming here from Victoria, so bottom lane secured, middle lane won. Only lane that's even struggling is top, but 11's level 4, so he's still doing pretty well. Got that early Iron Talon, and is off in the jungle, playing catch-up.
We haven't really seen too much from the supports on the side of OG. Fly's just been trying to zone out. The face is void, and Jarek's been trying to like salvage these lanes, but he's just a little bit too late to these ganks that are coming out. They don't have good vision on the movement coming out from Ame, or sorry, not from Ame, from Victoria.
I also think it's the nature of the core heroes on the side of LGD, right? You gank mid, Mirana leaps away. You gank top, jumps away.
Oh, they clip him with the torrent. Maybe he doesn't want to go there, though. Wouldn't have been long enough to prevent that snowball dodge, I guess.
The third pick, Tusk, has been countered pretty well by the core picks of...
The gyro and the Mirana.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the gyro has help always, so he doesn't have to worry. But the two silence.
Oh, it's S4 again. This time I don't think he's making it out so easily. There is a stick available for Ame. Tries for the deny at the newts, and he'll get it. Salvaged, I suppose, but it's a walk back to the base. It's a suicide to the neutrals. I think it's a total of 4 deaths / retreats for him, so the struggle continues. Watermelon is on the menu. Another torrent. Do they want to go? Don't really want to be tanking the creep wave at half health as this Mirana, so maybe he's not going to commit.
Dang, he went for the level 2 leap. Screw his teammates. Don't need Moonlight Shadow. Keep in mind there is a Bloodseeker in the game, so this he can go crazy if people are still low, but they're going to top everyone off with the Shrine. Keep on going.
LGD's turn to do a little side pulling here. Ame closing in on level 6. S4 just want to leech this. He's only level 3 at 6.5 minutes. And finally, we'll see a smoke rotation. OG really needing to get something going here. Maybe they'll TP in the Bloodseeker. For now, Notel staying parked in this top lane is the fly illusion. Cuts off the wave. Void does not have Chrono yet, so he won't be much use in a rotation. And the lane is pushing. No Ravage, obviously, with S4 struggles, but still, OG hoping for an opening. They are ganking now into the cooldown, though. This is a dangerous time to initiate, so he doesn't have the mana for it. That's going to change soon with this fresh clarity. Actually, another one sitting in the gyros.
They see them with that Obs Ward, by the way. Bottom lane, there's that Obs Ward that just gets a little bit of a glimpse of the tusk.
It's also been a long time for OG. The smoke wore off, so even without the ward, might have suspected it by then.
But usually it's a pretty good time to smoke. It's nighttime, and also the first observer ward has expired, so you'll commonly see a smoke around like 5 to 6 minutes. Too easy to read. OG needs some kills badly. Even
the Radiant scan is on point, and now Chrono is ready, and the wave is closer to the tower. S4 is going to shove it out, so if they try to commit here, even Notel,
man, this
worming through the trees. Oh, this is going to go real bad for OG if they get a Chrono off here. Let's see if he TPs. For now, 11 just dragging the wave. He's content to pressure the tower. Ame baiting him in. Notel shows himself. And OG just start to group up behind the Bloodseeker. Diving now with the silence. The shackles come through. Yao is able to keep him locked down. The snowball safe for now, but 11 can set up with the Chrono. He places it on 3. No tail. Trapped on the far side of it. He walks into the bubble. The bubble won't save you, my friend. Down he goes. Now Jarek's on the run. Gyrocopter feeding Frenzy. And now maybe coming in. He's out for blood. Cat on the chase, leaping forward. Fishing with the arrow. Fly. Jukes won't find S4 either. So they salvage a retreat. And they do force out the Chrono, but nonetheless, 5-0 the score.
That Observer Ward is owning, and maybe we'll immediately go back to the mid lane to make sure that Ana does not get any sort of free farm. You know, part of that change in the patch, they have like the recipe things. Like if you hover over,
yeah,
that thing is awesome.
Shout out to Pimp Muckle and Lay Earth, or is it Lay Earth? I don't know how you say it.
I'm not sure.
Buka, they're doing great work.
Layer Thailand.
Valve appreciates it. We certainly do as well.
Nice try, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
forcing
next
him go into Shadow Walk. That's 200 mana, so I say it's a win.
And invoke it. 2-6.
So they're trying to play a little catch up here, and Notel can certainly help S4 tank these Ancients as he does have the Blood Rage to bring him down and heal himself back up. While he's trying to gather some experience in the trees. They have that lane ward, and they are going to have a fish for him, just barely missing. Victoria, inches short of connecting on the Phoenix. So yeah, LGD comfortable just to farm. Still no Ravage to worry about.
They need level 6s. Not only the Ravage.
S4's got it.
Yeah, they need one on the Phoenix too.
But the good news is by the time they'll have that, LGD will have their Chrono up again.
Is he about to get X?
Fly. Able to dodge away. The ward did scout him on the retreat, but it's only a level 2X. Kunkka lets him go.
Looks like they're grouped up to try and smoke, but no one has one in their inventory on OG. Still killless, but once Ana gets his Midas, they should still be okay when it comes to the net worth disparity. Not that there really is a disparity.
I almost feel like LGD needs to have a start like this because I think once OG groups up, they're going to be pretty powerful. Unless you get like a 3-man Chrono like they did last time.
I think both teams have really good teamfight. I wouldn't necessarily give the edge to OG in that. I think you have a lot more just AoE damage on this side of LGD, whereas OG probably have better control with like Ravage and Egg, but maybe not enough damage.
The Ross Awards drop down, and they are going to find the Phoenix. The Chrono's well placed. It catches S4, as well as Fly layered over top of it is the call down, and now the follow-up. S4 being hounded here by the Rocket Barrage. If he ravages, he'll still die. He throws it out anyway. Not able to get anything in return so far. The snowball with Jarek's, but into the wards. A quick chain feed from OG. Notel nowhere to be found. Ana was not ready for that fight.
What was that?
And they just blew a lot of Just heroes as well as ultimates on nothing. Must have been expecting someone else to come.
Yeah, at the very least, Ana wasn't there. But it was still a disaster. That's your fight that you're, I guess, supposed to win with a Ravage, but that was completely ineffective from the 900, especially when you can't combo it with the Phoenix Egg. Even if Phoenix had an egg, he still would have just gotten obliterated.
LGD are pushing without Shaman wards. It's not a particularly strong pushing lineup, but that's how confident they feel now, knowing the Ravage is down.
They're low for leap.
Not even using the leap to push.
Don't need it, man.
Easy right clicks. This lineup is pretty horrible at taking objectives, to be honest, without the Serpent wards.
Yeah.
But hasn't phased them yet. They get those deep wards down as well. Nicely done by Mr. Yao. Don't believe the Dire Ward scouted in place yet either. Might have seen him walk into the trees, though. As they converge now on the top lane, by the time they get there, Chrono will almost be ready, maybe barely whiffing. But a close miss as Ana will TP away. And it seems like OG might just be trying to play keep away now, moving forward. They find themselves down 4k gold.
Bloodseeker didn't really go for keep away items, though. He did commit for the drums, not something like a Midas. So it still will be not that great of a farming phase for OG. 150 health? Dang.
For what?
For Mirana level 10 talent.
Oh, there's a rupture on Victoria. Is it going to be worth it, though? They've committed a lot for this Kunkka, who lobbed out the boat. He tanks it all. In comes Maybe. In comes Yao. They don't have the Serpent Wards for this fight. LGD's turn to overextend. It seems the egg being forced low, but Maybe has to leap away. He baits Jarek into the tower. Looks for the counterplay. 11's there with the Chrono. It's decent. It's caught too, but Fly has already used his egg in this fight. S4 doesn't even have a Ravage yet, so not good enough from 11. LGD quite sloppy and perhaps a bit overeager in their initiation. Get punished by OG.
I wonder if they decided to take that fight because it was between their two towers and they had a lot of ways to reinforce. But then the TPs came such a late time that by the time the TPs did complete, the two supports already died. That's all their control. The Chronosphere also only got one, I think.
They're such a combo lineup, right? Like you want to hit that Chrono into Arrow or into Boat, you know, the X Torrent Arrow, the call down on top of any of those, and ideally, they really want to have the Serpent Wards in the fight, but
You just can't have your supports die like that at the start of the fight.
but they also didn't have to take
Simply.
it. They could have
Yeah.
just let Victoria go and tried to force it.
Certainly.
Also, Shackle as ability moving on in this game. Now there's like, everybody has a counter to Shackle. So,
He didn't even get a Hex.
yeah, I think
What
that's
next?
perhaps a mistake. I think normally this is the correct skill build, but this game, I think just 4-1-1 by 7 is probably the way to go. Because I don't think he's ever going to get a full channel of Hex.
He has mana issues, though. Right? Like, the thing about getting Hex is that you don't...
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you don't actually
I mean,
have
he's
the
got
right
Arcane Boots, so it's...
mana. Yeah.
He should be able to cast everything.
Oh, they are smoked up right behind Ana. Did I see 2 smokes? I think they smoked twice.
I did not
sure.
catch it, unfortunately.
Phoenix still has 2 smoke on his inventory, so I
It is perfect world.
yeah.
As long as you get the double animations. They're going to plant down a ward.
Victoria's positioning, breaking the smoke.
Yeah, OG have a good spot up here on the high ground, though. With that ward, it's going to be tough to fight into it. That Ravage egg uphill. Very scary. Even this tight choke point can be a nightmare against the Bloodright, so LGD seem hesitant to commit. Their glyph already expended. They are trying to split push here, and that is Yao in the bottom lane, who until now was up top, who, by the way, went for a Mask of Madness on Gyrocopter.
Interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen this build before.
Well, the minus armor doesn't really affect him in this game. It's pretty rare that minus armor is not going to affect you, but they really don't have that much physical damage. I guess a little bit from Forge Spirit.
Aren't
but
you always trying to, you know, just spam rocket barrages and homing missiles and fight, though?
Well, homing missile's 20-second cooldown.
I guess he hasn't leveled it up.
So you can pop your 3 last spells and then just rocket barrage and then go mask. But mask is really good for forming buttes.
Also good at killing the egg.
It's good at that, and it's nice, you know, during chrono to just try and pump out your flat cannon damage as quickly as possible. I mean, not that he has much right now, but presumably he will at some point.
This is like a pretty baller Roche attempt.
A pretty successful one thus far as the Torrent comes through, delaying the attempt by OG to counterplay this. They're going to commit the egg. Now the Chronosphere drop, but the snowball through from Jerax might just turn this fight on its head entirely. 11 moving into position, tries to slow things down. S4 very tanky with that hood, and he unloads the Ravage, catches out 3. Well played by him. Yao now down. Ana still healthy, and No Tail hunting. Arrow barely dodged. Roche so low, they're going to leap in. Starstorm comes through. S4 with the snatch. The Roche kill goes away. The Radiant. S4 instantly dies. They lose another. It's not clear that OG have won this yet, but they look for more. No Tail chasing into the homing missile. Into Mirana has to respect the power of that double Starstorm. S4 can handle it with this fresh life. So still the Roche kill going the way of LGD. The Aegis instantly removed from OG. Pretty back and forth fight.
Great snowball from Jerax.
Game saving right there.
Yeah, game saving. That could have been easily the entire team wipe with Aegis.
I still found LGD's decision to do the Roche is very dangerous because this is the point where Hunter and the rest of the OG lineup is so good at that spot. He just walks in, and did you see how many spells they committed on Hunter?
Oh, maybe from downtown.
They could have taken it much easier though. Shadow Shaman has 1500 gold. That's a medallion right there.
Right.
Or even a Blightstone. I think if they had Blightstone, they could have done it a little bit faster, fast enough to the point where it wouldn't even been like the chrono came out because they tried to buy enough time for the Roshan. But if Roshan were taken 5% faster, then they don't even need to build a Chronosphere, and it would have been a much easier fight for them. So I think Yao's decision to be a little bit greedy with his item also hurt that attempt.
It seems like the Acceptor build in China is really popular. Like they just go straight up Axe as a 5 position, even skipping the Blink, which I guess is game dependent. I don't think Blink is particularly good in this game, right? I think the choice of going Axe is...
The Void's going Blink. They already have the Kunkka to initiate.
Looks like he is going Blink next, though.
LGD are going to smoke, but it's right under an OG ward. Could be an opportunity to punish OG. 30 seconds off the Ravage. If they want to contest this, they are, for now, hugging back near the secret shop, trying to assume a very defensive high ground position.
They're showing 2 pretty big cores though, so 11 was showing out on bottom and Ame on top, and 11 will sends this gank out and peace out to the top lane. Looks like Yao and Victoria can get some good vision down with the smoke, so all is not for naught.
Okay, so earlier during the draft, I touched on maybe going for like a magic build. He's got the Yules, he's going Blink. Are you guys worried that he's going to fall off, or is that not going to happen for a while?
I think you can just farm so easily with the eggs that you have so many items later that it doesn't really matter too much as long as he stays alive. He went for the health talent, he has a lot of HP with the eggs, and he hasn't died yet, so I still foresee his net worth being very, very high coming later game.
But what about his talent tree? Do you think he's going to say, let's say, take 5% spell amp instead of the plus 30 attack speed?
I think if you go Ag, you probably should take spell amp. You already have attack speed from Leap, so it's actually something that is not super important for
LGD starting to poke here at high ground, even though they've already committed the Serpent Wards.
I would say plus damage is better than the Sacred Arrow cooldown talent, however.
So Gyro does complete his SMY in the meanwhile. LGD ended up backing away, but still they've had an excellent conversion rate on these Serpent Wards. Almost every set of Serpent Wards has led to a tower.
It's catching
So he rode in Shard and wanted to TP. I believe that's called a fail styling on the enemy mid. You just styled on yourself.
You got the way pushed out.
He's got style points to spare. I think Jerax has earned quite a few over the years.
He just lost a bit right there, man.
It's called charity. It's an admirable trait.
What's Tusk's lore?
Is our daily
Is he admirable or not? I'm not sure.
All right, you wanna obs plan?
No.
No?
Not right now.
Okay.
Too much stuff going on.
As he's reading lore.
I just want to look for that one adjective. Is he admirable or not? I don't know anything about Tusk's character. He sounds like he's cool.
He sounds like a loyal friend.
Yeah.
A homie in a pinch.
But he could be a cannibal for all I know. he's eager to start a fight. I think he's just a brawler.
Not a drunken one, though.
Nope.
Apparently somebody messed up his bar. His tavern. And then he's now messing people up for it.
You are not doing the lore justice. I am ashamed to be a part of this broadcast.
I just want to simplify it, you know?
If we're gonna have a lore session, like, we need to read the lore out, you know? We can't...
Oh, smoke coming out, it looks like. From OG.
Can't have this crap.
Looks like Shadow Shaman is going for Axe first, but it might be delayed if he becomes a brunt of this maneuver. There is a DD no tail. Is he gonna get it? Yeah, he's gonna be fine. He has BKB. That's why they smoked.
Tough gank, though, with 11 having the blink dagger. I'll have to really ambush him here.
Even so, they'll lose the T2 anyways.
Straight to the shrine. See you later. And now LGD getting the tier 2 for sure with the wards down. No way OG fights into this. That is another huge objective taken.
Look at their positioning too. They're all on the right side, so even if the smoke pops, their supports will be safe because they're all in the trees. Well, maybe not Yao, but
every set of Serpent Wards is a tower, is a Roche. That's efficiency.
conversion rate, man.
Oh, they had some cool stats earlier. Some of them I did not understand. There was like a Roshan success rate, and it said like 2,097. But Jack wasn't over in time to see like the original Mandarin and translate it, sadly.
Well, they force the heroes back. Ana is going to get one last free hit on the tower. Are they going to try and find him in the jungle? Mirana still going for that Yule's build that you mentioned over to the Blink Dagger. It's pretty good.
Dodge blood, right?
If you get Rupture too, to not get pwned.
I really like the combination of...
So what is the difference between pwning and owning?
Pwn is like the next level of own.
It's like a mega own, an ultra own.
I thought they wanted to spell own, but it's right next to the P.
I think that's how it first started, but now it actually means something.
You know, a lot of people have argued that it's like pawned, not pwned.
I would say pwned. There's if they want to be pawned, if it wanted to be pawned, it would just have an A there, right? There's already a spelling for pawn.
If it was pwned, it would have an O in there, though.
Pwned?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I say
the O is silent. Why is the O silent then?
I don't know. Why can't you?
I mean,
just add in,
I've always said pwned. I'm just saying.
You could just throw in any vowel then. It could be.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to the
Could
people?
be peen.
Puned? Puned.
Yeah.
Could be pood.
Yeah, you don't know.
All right, Lumi.
We don't know.
Keep it together.
We don't know.
We're just going through the vowel.
I think it's supposed to be owned.
Give me a Y in there.
You want like regular people to kind of know what you're saying. It's like pwned. It's like, oh, what's that? It sounds like owned. Does it mean owned? Yeah, right? It makes sense, kind of. To non.
So pwning is like getting pwned is like if PA one-shots you with a crit or something, just like blows you up in a splatter of blood.
Yep.
Okay. Eventually dying is
in Dota
a regular
1
session of ownage.
Pwned is just whenever you got killed in Dota 1, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you pawn someone's head.
Or 500 gold.
Yep. It's just straight killing.
There
So
we go.
Maybe it's not owned. Maybe it's a lesser form of owned.
Get ready for the greater form of ownage as 11 looks to get the blink surprise. And he absolutely crushes that creep.
Really?
Now they're going to set up here. X, Torrent, will fly get the turnaround save. LGD march in. They've got a BKB on Gyro. Tough to fight into this. And they muscle up on this tower.
Look at this conversion rate.
Tower is getting desecrated, decimated, de-destroyed.
So I really like the combination of Serpent Wards and Chronosphere. Because the way that LGD's been playing it, they don't ever initiate with the Chrono. They put down the wards and say, look, fight into us. If you clump up, then we Chrono. If you don't clump up, we take a tower.
Bottom lane, Victoria setting up with an X onto Ana.
Found him. Now the Torrent coming through. The follow-up could be there from 11. Unloads the Chronosphere, but doesn't have a whole lot of follow-up for this. Do they even have the detection for now? Ana trying to juke his way through the trees with the Ghost Walk, but in comes Maybe with the arrow. No detection on Gyro either. Will TP out successfully. Makes it away.
That was a great tornado. He tornadoed to interrupt the X pullback.
Ooh. They know that Chrono's on cooldown. They want to make a move. OG, insta smoke.
They don't have detection. That's great. Actually, Phoenix does have a dust. So.
Oh, but LGD is wise to this. Look at the big circle drawn on the map. Yao knows. He is inside OG's brains.
Wow, yeah.
That is a wily veteran. Xiao Wei's
Yep, he's smart.
blood
And they see
brother.
the chicken. He's like, I'm right. I'm right. I'm so right.
Pat yourself on the back, yeah.
They did drop in Reserve Reward. If he were super next level, he would send through this. But he's a greedy Shadow Shaman who has finally completed his eggs.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, great scouting mission. Agent 11.
Wow, Tidehunter doesn't have mech? Wait,
He went
casual-
pipe
Yeah, he
Aqua.
can hit first.
Oh, look at this D push. OG have no way to
Dude, this
sell
is
that X.
super safe. Nothing they could do about it.
Rupture, bringing it back.
Oh, the arrow.
mode.
Oh. I gotta respect that.
Well, they know
Gotta
where he
respect
is.
that
he's in the
homie
trees.
missile. They got him with a quick bonk and now a
Snowball.
leap forward for maybe the save is there. Rupture. And then the X back, maybe, stays alive through this damage. And Ana will retreat. 11's on the hunt, though. Still no chrono, but confident to move into position. The Torrent has a fish. Jarek's blink sway. Quick game of whack-a-mole. All the moles sneak up.
And OG are going to have to deal with all the ultis of LGD being up, and Roshan is up too. So they head in there, it's like, okay, we'll just drop wards. We have the upgraded Ags. And they can easily take us.
I am not feeling the presence of the Bloodseeker this game, guys. Like, compared to what he's offering right now to what the Gyro's offering, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's difficult though because Tidehunter is so weak in this game. Like, Tidehunter just got destroyed early in the game. Are they going to be able to do anything about this?
They'll need some clutch plays. S4 does have the Ravage ready. No Blink Dagger, though. He's got to just walk in the good old-fashioned way, and the Roche is already down. Aegis claimed by Ame. Now, the Shackles come through. S4 gets locked in position. Moonlight Shadow committed. Nice shards catch on Yao, but he's very tanky with that Eggs complete. Ana blinking in, going for a quick pick. It's anything but, and now he's been caught. Bad position from him. Jarek's unable to save him as he walks into the Chrono. Wanted that snowball play. Not going to happen. However, the turnaround comes with No Tail. Managing to get a counter kill. Brings down the Void. But on the run, maybe hunts him out. Cat Lady on the prowl, slightly missing there on the arrow, but also with the Yule's follow-up has the time to continue to chase No Tail. And while that's happening, No Tail goes for the TP out. Not going to make it, and Ame found S4. All 5 down. LGD poning OG in a crucial team fight.
Tough play for Jerax right there. Try to snowball save the Invoker and it just walks in. That's when you lose 2 heroes like that, there is no salvaging. Oh, Gillette, that was an excellent... I do like the Gyro. Gyro just ran in there. He got vision of all the heroes. He set up the Chronosphere by just running in there.
Was Bristleback banned this game?
I don't believe so, but I will double check for you, good sir.
Because thinking about LD's question of like what is the Bloodseeker doing?
Bristleback, no.
Yeah, I think the only way you beat the way that LG is playing, they drop ward and they just have to kill the ward with the hero, right? You can't do it with the well.
Sick Yule's
talk
dodge
about
here
later.
by maybe. Ame caught on the high ground, but doesn't care. Just keeps on working. On the melee racks, the Deafening Blast stalling tactics come out from OG as they try to hold the line. They'll blink in here, deploying the Ice Wall to prevent that easy LGD retreat. Still, all 5 alive. The Gyro low. Aegis gets popped by a gush. Now the follow-up. Round 2 comes with a Blood Right from No Tail, and then a Rupture as well, but he's got the BKB. Mask Madness going for the ward trap. Yao not quite able to find it still, though. Forces S4 on his heels. They can't fight around these wards, but they can't get away either. The Invoker's been brought down. Maybe going ham on the back lines. OG looking like a very limp Green Dream for this game 1. They get pummeled again. Double buyback. They did hold their melee. That's something.
Pawned.
Pawned and pwned. Pizzoned.
So I think OG's last hero needed to be somebody that could run in by himself and kill the Serpent Wards.
I think they just
And then
need more,
Bristleback is probably that hero.
they need more impact from the Tusk. Tusk, he didn't secure mid lane or bottom lane,
Right, but that's
he was
more,
still around there.
That's more because Tusk was second pick, right? And then he just got counter picked by the... Like, Tusk couldn't actually do anything with shards this game. Like, he had really good snowball play. The Roshan fight where he snowballed to bypass a Chrono and save his allies, that was sick. Yep. I just think the Bloodseeker didn't offer much, like Gorman said.
I still don't think it's a Bloodseeker's fault though. Like, yeah, I think Noto did what he could this game, and I don't think there's that many more position ones that could actually do a lot more. Like Bristol suffered a lot versus time dilation too. Like you can't actually do that much until way later in the game, and I think this early in the game, Bristol still wouldn't be able to offer this much. I think they just got crushed way too hard. This Tidehunter is supposed to be like a big badass who's supposed to be up in front, but like he doesn't have enough items to be threatening. They actually just ignored him in the last fight. They just like, okay, we see you. We're just gonna go for the more important heroes.
Yeah, that's because that lane. That
Yeah,
bottom,
the lane was
like there's nothing
awful for
Tide
him.
can do against that tri-lane.
Yeah.
As long as LGD play it right, like they're guaranteed to get the homie missile after the Kraken, or you know the shackles after, and
The Shadow Shaman's owning though. As you mentioned, Lumi, like them placing a ward to start the fight is like their strategic play in assaulting the base is what's winning.
oh, 11 with the BM body block setting up for this homie missile. Now he can deploy that Chrono, get to work. Now the Chrono comes out. S4 somehow manages to dodge it. I don't know how you miss a watermelon that big, but somehow, well, they do. Doesn't matter though. LGD chase forward. They quickly work on this Phoenix Egg. They've got the attack speed. If they all focus it, team up, they'll take it down. They do lose their Shaman, but it's for a good cause. Notel fighting against all odds. They haven't brought down the melee. Ame just charging directly into the waiting arms of OG. Overplayed his hand. He will fall. Ana staying alive, the last man standing, but here comes round 2. Maybe he's going to have that Starstorm fairly soon. They don't need it. LGD, chew him up. Another 5-man wipe.
I also think the Faceless Void Pit destroyed them. Like it didn't protect the Phoenix at all. So like Phoenix looks a lot weaker because the Faceless Void was stolen. Also the you could just hone all your ultimates in on the Invoker. And Invoker also struggles a lot for his time dilation. Like he doesn't have a good way to get out of it right now. And he has max. So he has a 2-second cooldown, but he can't actually use it to its full effect because of the Faceless Void. Old 11 played very well. He had some really good chronos this game. I don't even know who I put the MVP on, but all around sound play from them.
Yeah, also the other thing is that LGD has a very cooldown dependent lineup, right? So they would take these towers with Serpent Wards and then Chrono, and every time after those towers were taken down, OG is like, okay, let's smoke up and punish them.
But LGD knew it.
Yeah, LGD dodged like 3 to 4 smoke gang in a row. I think that might be like the biggest thing. We're talking about like, you know, individual heroes and how the lanes play out, but let's say if OG connected in 3 out of those 4 smoke gangs, might be a different game.
Yep.
I think the way the lanes play out matters a lot more when you're that cooldown dependent lineup though, right? Because they took a fight with Chrono, and Chrono was ready again before Tide even got Ravaged. They got like a free one team fight because of the better lanes.
And Faceless Void got away with a Midas too.
Yeah.
He went Midas into Blink, I believe. Into PK.
Did he go Midas first? Like straight up?
No, he went, well,
He went,
basically.
I'm pretty sure he went
Yeah, he went
first.
Midas.
Yeah. He went Treads Midas.
Treads, Iron Talon,
Damn.
Midas.
Baller.
It's so rare to have an offlane that could have that kind of start against Bloodseeker, right? Isn't Bloodseeker like super good at
He just
punishing
punishing. He
it,
got
like-
an early Iron Talon. He just wasn't really in the lane that much.
I'm out. I'm out, bro.
Peace. Didn't really get punished for it. Notel eventually took that tower down, but you know, it wasn't for a while.
So Ben, you said you think of the heroes this game, you think Leap might be #1 at 25 talent? Because I was thinking about it, I really like Bloodseeker's cooldown
Yeah,
reduction.
Bloodseeker's
on the
right
blood
cooldown. Yeah,
it's
I
so
think
annoying. Like if you get to
pretty
25,
good.
you just can't see high ground. It's just like blood right.
I think Leap attack speed is a lot better when there's. I don't know. There's 3 heroes that can use it pretty well. Faceless Void, Gyro, and Murano.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Jerax, this is not the way they wanted to start the fight, but he has no choice. Somehow makes the best of it with the Ravage coming through. They delete the Shaman before he gets up the ward. Still, though, the Chrono's there. Has found the Invoker, but they're locking them down with the power of that Phoenix Egg. 11, time walking backwards. LGD in retreat mode. Somehow it works out decently for them, though they have to deal with this Gyro, and he's got a Butterfly. OG are not focusing Ame or maybe down to continue to chew them up. They don't have the firepower, and they can't withstand the Laugandie onslaught. Down they go.
All right, even though like OG got completely dumpstered in that last team fight, I think that's the correct way to take the fight. If you let Shaman to walk up and put wards down, you've already lost the fight.
That's because that's the first. I think that was like the reveal with the Blink on this one. Right? You didn't have Blink before that.
Do you think that maybe he should have like